Calm down. Okay, so I have printed out 3 different figures for you. Okay, and so the first question was, what do you notice about the pattern? Do they get bigger? Do they get smaller? Do you think it's in the shape of a T? Is it in a different shape? Do you think it'll continue to be in that shape? Can you write down what you think will happen and like any observations you see? And then can you write down also for number 1 what backs up that knowledge? Was it just what you visually saw, or did you also maybe count the squares? Do you have any evidence to support what you saw? Initial thoughts of what you first see. Okay, you want to read to me what you wrote?
It starts as small and gets bigger and bigger. They're all the same shape but different sizes.
That's good.
As C and M because some are medium and others are small.
That's good. So what do you think will continue onward in the coming shapes?
Get bigger and bigger.
Good. What did you write down?
If you see this, there's like 5, and then add 3, there's the
Oh, you knew the exact number. That's good. Did you count that? Okay, good. So do you think that it'll continue to be the same number added, or so you think it'll get bigger or smaller? What did you write down?
shape because the figures are the same. Each time it's getting bigger, it's still the same shape each time.
Good. What about you?
I think that the figures will get big and I think that the figures will get big and stay the same figures, and it adds 3 to each side. It will get bigger and add 3 each time.
Good. I like that. So I think we kind of have the understanding that there's a pattern here, that it's still the same shape, but they're just getting bigger and bigger each time. So it's not gonna all of a sudden turn into a circle or a star or something like that. You know that it's gonna stay in the T shape unless the pattern's breaking, right? I don't know what you're getting. Okay, so now a little harder. I'm going to say, now draw what you think the fourth and the seventh figure will look like. How many blocks do you think that each will have? There are three figures, so what do you think the fourth one and then the seventh one will look like? Yeah. And then how many blocks do you think it'll have?
And the seventh.
Yeah, the fourth figure and the seventh figure. So the fourth figure is the next figure in the sequence. And then the seventh, I know that's a little harder, but the seventh figure down the sequence. Yeah? If you don't know, that's okay, we'll go over it. I'm gonna draw what you think real quick. The fourth and the seventh. How many blocks do you think it'll have? Oh, you wrote it down? start on number 3. Tell me how you solved it. Was there a method? Yeah? Okay. And then I want to see how you guys solved it. Oh, done already? My goodness. It's alright, take your time. Okay, is everyone done with number 2 for the most part? Okay, so how many blocks did you guys think were in the 4th figure? Yeah?
14.
Okay, what about you? What did you think? You thought 18. You thought 14? What about you? It's okay if it's wrong. For the 4th figure,
14.
the next 14. You did 14. Interesting. Okay, so, and then did any of you, what did you think for the 7th figure? Did,
23.
for the 7th figure, you thought it was 30. What about you? You didn't do that. Okay, that's alright. What about you? 23.
23.
Okay. Interesting. That's alright. Were you able to do the 7th figure yet? That's okay if not. Alright, so the majority was right. For the 4th figure, it's 14.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
That's okay, don't worry about it. And then the 7th figure is 23 blocks.
Yeah.
So, yay! Okay, how did you guys solve that? Yes.
Since it's in the figure,
Mm-hmm.
count through, count on your fingers, 3 times.
You counted on your fingers that it was okay. What about you?
In my head, since I did the 4th one already,
Mhm.
it kind of helped me. So every time you just added one more, so that'd be 6.
Are you adding one more to the bottom?
Yes, and then
Okay.
to the side.
And then one more to each side. So it's 2 to each side and 1 on the bottom. Okay. Did you see the same thing? Yeah.
And that's how I kind of got my answer.
So,
If you add one more, that's going to be the 5th one. And if you add another one, that's going to be the 6th. And
interesting.
7th.
And it continues in that pattern. Interesting. What about you? How did you get your answers? Okay. So you notice a pattern that each time. What about you, mister?
I think I had 3 times.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's alright. Okay, so you guys notice for the most part, a lot of you notice that the top line here seems to get bigger than the bottom line. The bottom line still gets bigger, but the top line here gets even bigger. Yeah?
That's because like we're both getting both sides and
+1 is each side, yeah.
yeah, and it's just one.
Good. That's a good observation. And it's the same each time, right? Okay, good. Do you kind of understand where you went wrong, maybe? Okay, so actually, there's a formula that you guys can do that's a lot faster than just counting on your fingers, and it's a lot faster than trying to figure out, because I know that if I were to ask you what the 15th figure is, then that would be a lot of counting, right?
Multiply.
Yeah.
Yeah? Ooh, okay. What do you guys think it would be if it's multiplication?
3 times.
The 4th figure could be 3
If you were to write down an equation, what
times.
equation do you think it would be?
The 4th
For
one.
the first one, say 5. Wait.
If you were to write an equation for what I asked you, instead of counting So, the fourth figure. Let's say the fourth figure.
11 times
11. Where did you get 11 from?
the third figure.
The third figure. Does that have 11 blocks in it? Does it really? Why don't you double check?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it does have 11.
Yeah, the third one has a long.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay. My bad. I completely wrote it wrong. You're completely correct. Yes. My bad. Okay. So, the figure, you guys are on the right path, that you're going to do somewhat of a multiplication. And if I were to ask you any given figure, you're not going to multiply by the same thing. If I asked you to multiply for the 12th figure or the 7th figure, right? It's going to be
11
different.
times 3 is 33.
You're also going to add something. Good. Okay. So, I want you guys to write down a prediction of a formula. It doesn't have to be right. You're not graded on it. But what do you think is a prediction of a formula that you might use? Something that you think something along the lines of what you think would be able to solve.
11 plus 3.
11 plus 3. What about a formula though that would work for any figure? So if I asked you what the 12th figure is, and also what the 7th figure is, that this formula would work.
Skip count.
Skipping out by 3s. Why don't you write down what you think a formula would be? Just write down something that you think would work. You think you might use division? You can write it on the back, yes.
Without the corners, I think, or you just do that. You would block it there.
You would use those
Just
two
add that
blocks.
one and that one and that one.
Interesting.
And this
You
one
think
and
that
that
we're
one.
going to use 2. You think that we're going to use addition also. Ooh, you think we're going to use multiplication and addition. You're on the right path. Oh, multi-step. Look at your terminology. Okay, so do you guys want another formula now? Or do you want another minute to try and figure it out? Another minute to try and figure it out?
Yeah.
You guys are on the right path. So many of you are saying similar things. Did you write down a formula though, or did you just put it into words? You wrote into words. Okay, that's alright. We'll go over it. Yeah, write down a formula of what you think it'll be. Okay. You know it's going to be multi-step, but I don't know if there's subtraction. I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. Let's wait for everyone to get done first. You're getting excited about it. I like the enthusiasm. Why don't you show me using, if you do have an equation, how you would solve it with your equation? So you told me the right answer before. Do you have an equation for it?
Again, which because that's good, but do it again and then do it in that
Do you think you're done for the most part? Yeah. If you don't have it, that's all
I
right.
kind of want to.
So do you want to change this to?
If you don't have it, that's all right. Okay, so a lot of you guys were on the right path. A lot of you knew that it would be multiplication and addition. You said that you're multi-step, which was correct. So good job for that. And you knew, a lot of you knew or predicted that you would multiply by 3, and then one of you, I forget which one, said that you would add by 2, which is correct. Was that you, Lolly?
No.
That was you? Well, you were right. So here's the exact equation. So x, can you all see? I know it's written kind of small. X stands for either the 4th or the 7th, or even if I asked you a bigger number like the 15th. Obviously, if it's the 15th, that's going to take forever if you're counting on your fingers, right? So the x here will substitute for the 4th or the 7th or whatever I asked you. Yeah? Okay. And then times by 3, as you guys were predicting, you are adding 3. So that's for the multiplication by 3. And then, why did you think that it was plus 2?
Well, I kind of thought that for number 1, you just have that, and if you didn't have those 3 right there on the
Yeah.
bottom on the sides, then it would have just been them 2. So you just add one more, and then it makes it the first
So
one.
2 on each side, right?
Yeah. And then for this one, it has 3 and these 2. Then you just add them 3.
Good. So when it's broken down, it's not that hard of an equation, right? It's just x times 3, and that's in parentheses. So do you guys know what that means when something's in parentheses?
Yeah. Yes.
If there's a longer equation, multi-step, like what you said,